they can tell me funny stories back here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Wilmington. Please join us in our opening song.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Yes, your soul is welcome here, as is the rest of you. And I'm glad the rest of you have joined us because your soul is essentially invisible. Good to see you all, your wonderful smiling faces. Happy the middle of January. I'm Lainey Morger. I'm your platform host for the day. Welcome to Unity of Wilmington. Helping us put on this service today is in the sound booth, Kara Williams. Our musicians, Justin, Mitch, and our music director, Katie Deese. Our soloist is Chris Rickert. You'll be hearing him soon. Our prayer partner is Lisa Keating. She'll be doing our daily word. And our speaker for the day is Reverend Herbert Harris. I'd like to welcome anybody who is here for the first time. I'd like to welcome and re-welcome anybody here for the second or third time. Yay. Keep coming. We sort of become a great habit, a good habit to have. And for all of you out there in Cyberland, I'm glad you're with us today. And as Dr. Harris will tell you, when you're in town, please stop by on a Sunday morning, have a cup of coffee with us. Please join me as, we do the prayer. I get those two mixed up every week. I'm glad I have such a helpful crew here to help me out. Please help me and open our statement of faith. There is only one present and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. And now our affirmations. I am a beloved expression of God. I am here for a holy purpose. I'm in the right place at the right time, right now. And now Lisa will read our daily word.
Good morning, everyone. Our daily word for today, Sunday, January the 14th, is serve. And if you would, please join me in reading the affirmation. I bring God's love into the world through service. I don't need special skills to be of service. I have willing hands and an open heart, channels of God's love to be directed wherever they are needed most. This impulse to serve is my compassionate nature seeking expression. I respond to the needs around me by doing what I can to help. I don't think of reward or recognition. Just being of service fills my heart. Serving is a wonderful way to feel close to God. My loving heart is open, my hands are busy, and my life feels purposeful when I am doing what I can to brighten one person's life or to make the world a better place. I feel God's presence strongly as I serve and share the love and care of the divine. And from Matthew, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me.
Thank you, Lisa. Lisa is our prayer partner for the day. She will be in our prayer corner after the service to let you pray, to pray with you. And anything that gets prayed for here or written in our prayer box gets prayed for 30 days. It is then sent on to Silent Unity for another 30 days. So take all the support you can get from every place that you can get them. Having said all that, here is Chris Rickert.
You know a dream is like a river, ever changing as it flows, and the dreamer's just a vessel that must follow where it goes, trying to learn from what's behind you, never knowing what's in store, makes each day a constant battle just to stay between the shores. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky, I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Too many times we stand aside and let the water slip away to what we put off till tomorrow. It has now become today. So don't you sit upon the shoreline and say you're satisfied. Choose to chance the rapids and dare to dance that tide. Yes, I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky, I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. And there's bound to be rough waters, and I know I'll take some falls, but with the good Lord as my captain, I will make it through them all. I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry, like a bird upon the wind. These waters are my sky. I'll never reach my destination if I never try. So I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Yes, I will sail my vessel till the river runs dry. Till the river runs dry.
Wow. Thank you, Chris. Man. Whew, I was in my meditation already. Till the river runs dry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another, oh my goodness, thank you. It is another Sunday. We are here in this place and in this time. Let me get all my stuff set up here. I know you're looking at that and you go like, what's he going to do this time? I'm going to do something different. January 14th, 14 days into the new year, and we are now ready to move on to the next level. I'd like to say this, and as we get ready for our meditation, one of the things that we've been doing this year is moving everybody along on this path, because the vibration that we can establish in January can carry us through the rest of the year. You know, they often say if you start right, you probably go right. But if you start wrong, the other thing works too. Okay? And so one of the things we've been really looking at is how to move forward and put ourselves in a position where we can really get on the right path and never stop moving. So our meditation today is our message today is goals are stair steps to accomplishment. And our meditation today is a little different. The thought that I want us to have is this. So many times we define ourselves by limitations, what we don't have. But can you imagine what your life would look like if money was no object and you knew you could not fail? And so that's our theme for our meditation today. If money was no object and I knew I could not fail, what would my life look like? So let's delve into that. Let's sit straight up in our seats. Put our feet flat upon the floor. Close our outer eyes. And open our inner eyes. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, we see a special joy. A joy and the vision of what our lives could be if there were no limitations, if there were no constraints, if there were only possibilities. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And just let this feeling, this vibration of possibilities, and see the possibilities of a great white light, a great white light of possibilities for health, possibilities for happiness, possibilities for love, possibilities for success, possibilities for abundance. And as this white light of possibilities moves down from above our heads, through our face, through our neck, down into our lungs, the white light of infinite possibilities, down through our stomachs, into our pelvic area, through our thighs, our knees, our calves, down through our ankles, into our feet, and out through our toes. Just take a deep breath. Just let it out slowly. And bask in the vision of yourself, where money is no object, where you know you cannot fail. What do you see in your personal life? How do you look? How do you dress? How do you move? What do you see in your family life when all is well and all is harmony? And see your family members loving you and adoring you and lifting you up, and being proud. How will you look in your profession? Wherever you may do, when everything you desired works for you. Your job, your business, exactly the way you want it. See your finances complete. But there's always enough of whatever you need. See your spiritual presence in meditation. In those moments of internal growth. And finally, see yourself experiencing the abundance, all of the abundance that you have ever desired. Materially, abundance in your actions, abundance in your relationships. And in this picture of our complete self, of our self of infinite possibilities, we see it as good, and we say it is good. Let us say this together. It is good. Once more. It is good. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And so it is. Thank you. Nanny, could you hand me my water? I left it there and my mouth is dry. Thank you. How'd you like that picture? Thank you, thank you. So today, this 14th day of the month, our topic is goals are stair steps to accomplishment. And welcome everybody in the sanctuary. I sort of got stuck in my meditation. I was liking it. You know, when you start, really that's a meditation for one of these afternoons. And when we have our meditation on Wednesday, we may delve into that. As a matter of fact, Teresa was sharing with me, and I hope you saw it outside, the New You for the New Year prayer meditation event this Saturday at 7 o'clock. Is it Saturday? Wednesday, I don't know where I got Saturday at 7 o'clock. Man, this Wednesday at 7 o'clock, January 17th, and we're going to do some good stuff. I'll be facilitating it, and Teresa, did you want to say a little about it?
I hope you all come and just take some time out of your life to start the new year right with a meditation evening with a prayer.
All right, thank you. Also, our guests, those of you, our new members, our new people, those of you who've been coming back time and time again, thank you so much for being here. Those in cyberspace, I got it right, boy. I used to always say in TV land. Those of you in cyberspace, thank you for being with us when you're near Wilmington. If you're anywhere within driving distance, come on out. This day, we need to be really set up because this is an interesting period in our history, in our time. We have, this is the Martin Luther King weekend. I want to just acknowledge that because I saw Dr. King a few times. I was at the March on Washington, and he was such a large person as far as impact. But he said some very powerful things that, and people always speak about the I Have a Dream speech, and I was sharing that once before that I was there as a young college student. And I don't remember there being a big sound system. I know there was, but the words just seemed to cut through the air. And it touched everybody. No, I mean, you couldn't hear, but they say there were 250,000. I'd say there were probably over 500,000 people there. But you couldn't, I mean, it was silence. And what that said was that the world takes notice of important people who come and speak for peace. And this is a time when peace might be, we talk about it, but there's so many things going on in the world that just transform the world. So when we look at Dr. King, a man who always said that peace was the answer, that love was the answer, And we look now, 60 years later, and I don't know if the world's better off in some respects. But I thought about something I wanted to say, and there was a poem I wrote many years ago, and I'll recite it, and I think it sort of captures a little bit of where we are right now and what we have to do, and it's called Listen. It says, listen to your insides burning. Hear the silent screams. Curse the white-hot sun if it tampers with your dreams. Listen to a mother mourning her firstborn's lost his way. Spent his life searching for a dream that vanished with the day. Listen to the children. Children seldom lie. Let them show your soul to you. Let them make you cry. Listen to the old man as he talks about the past. Listen to him, people. This chance could be your last. Thank you. And that is really, what this is about. Listening and paying attention to all the stuff going on in the world. And it's in that vein, Anne wanted me to be sure to mention the voices. Our Stories, Brave Conversations on Race. I've been a part of that program, and 6 and 6, white and black. And it's amazing how much is revealed when we sit and talk to one another. There's a Chinese proverb that says that he who runs out of stones, he who runs out of words, casts the first stone. And so as long as we can talk and dialogue, we can transform each other. And when we transform each other, we transform the world. So, stories. And the date?
This program that starts on February 6th, 6 consecutive Tuesdays from 6 to 8 here.
All right. So, plug in. There's a sign-in sheet outside. Okay, good. All right. So now, let us move on to our topic today. I think we better do an affirmation or two to get ready, right? So someone said it as I walked in the door. They said, I feel great today. So let's do that together. I feel great today. One more time. I feel great today. How about loved? Let's do that. I feel loved today. Katie said that this morning. I said, Katie, how do you feel? She said, I feel loved. And you've been radiating all day. All right. Let's do that one more time. I feel loved today. How about beautiful? I feel beautiful. Let's do it through and through. I feel beautiful through and through. One more time. I feel beautiful through and through. Give yourselves a hand. Woo! So now today, this idea of goals are stair steps to accomplishment. There was a beautiful quote by Fitzhugh Dodson. He was a psychologist and a writer earlier part of the 20th century. And he said this, without goals and plans to reach them, you are like a ship that has set sail with no destination. Without goals and plans to reach them, you're like a ship that has set sail with no destination. Many times I talk to people and I said, well, do you have your goals written down? Oh, I don't write my goals. Keep them in my head. I say, can you recite them right now? Well, I know what they are. If you can't recite them, you can't do it. And so this idea of goals is a part of a lesson that can help us start this year in power. So many times at the beginning of January, we make resolutions, we set goals, what we're going to do, what we're going to be. And, January 15th is supposed to be the day that most people have forgotten their goals that they made on January 1st. So, if we think about this, goals are critical, but goals are just a small part of the picture. Goals are a part of your vision. Scripture, the Proverbs says, the 29th chapter, 18th verse, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Where we have no vision, we fail. If you look back on your life and you look at some of the, I call them missteps that lead to lessons. There are no failures, there are only lessons. Okay? When stuff doesn't work, it's a lesson. Some years we get a lot of lessons. This year, 23 was a lesson-filled year. Would y'all agree? Did you have a lot of lessons? A lot of lessons. And you know what? Though, when you have lessons, you can have breakthroughs. Someone once said, you can't have a testimony without having a test. Well, this year, many of us have been tested. Have you been tested this year? Woo, yes, yes. And so this idea of goals now is a way to get through the test, a way to get through from where you are to where you want to be. That scripture goes on to say, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. The Bible is written by men, clearly, okay? They that keepeth the law, happy are they. And the law is saying this, that if you think about it, the law of success, what you think about, you get. The law of change, you can change your life by changing your thinking. So this idea of living in accordance with law says, let me put myself in the perspective of what's going on so that I can align myself. The challenge we have is that very often our goals are determined by our condition. You know, when you're having a tough time, it can be challenging to set lofty goals. But that's the challenge. You see, God gives us potential. And that's why we want to say a world without limits. When we are created with infinite potential. And so if we focus on our purpose and not our condition, we can get from where we are to where we are supposed to be. So this idea of goal setting it's a mindset and it's a process. Did you write your goals? That's just part of the story. Your goals also represent a level of consciousness. You know, the scripture says there's a season for all things. When I was a child, I thought as a child, and I acted as a child. And so as you grow in consciousness, you can have a bigger vision of yourself. Similarly, when you have a bigger vision, you have to have bigger goals, because goals are the steps to your vision. Your goals and your vision represent together a level of consciousness. You know, there are people that, you know, one of the things about the riddle of survival is that there are people that spend all day just trying to eat, just trying to stay warm. And then there are people who've been blessed, like many of us, who have the time to read and to think and to care. So this idea of goal setting now is really about having a mission-driven process. So when you set a goal for yourself, it should become your mission to get there. To have a mission-driven process that helps you create the world that you want. So when you look at your resolutions and where you would like to be from between now and the end of the year, then when you see the vision of where it is, the goals are the steps that lead you there. But goals are stair steps. You know, when you pull up in front of my house, we have those little squares, and, you know, Sandra don't like to walk on the grass, so we have little squares, but they're all the same size and the same level. Goals are really stair steps. So when you achieve one goal, it brings about a certain amount of satisfaction. You feel good about it. You say, you know what, I did it. And that now creates a new consciousness, which gives you the opportunity to achieve another goal. So goal setting it's a process. It's a continuous process. And so every time you set a goal and you accomplish it, it does something to you. It lifts you up. And so if you start out with this process at the beginning of this month, beginning of the year, and start out right now, some small goals. Don't set yourself up for failure. I'm going to make $100,000 by January 31st. Yeah, right, okay? The only way that's going to happen is if I hit the lottery. Okay, I did buy a ticket now, so, possibilities. As they say, if you're not in it, you can't win it, so at least buy a ticket. But when we look at where we want to be by the end of this year, we have to really see it from a certain kind of level and don't set ourselves up for failure. So these small goals, these little steps, can transform our lives. So goal setting is a process, but it's a part of a bigger picture, and the bigger picture is what we call the Great Discovery. Earl Nightingale had a recording. It was one of the first, what they call million-seller records that wasn't a song, back. And it was about, anybody here remember Earl Nightingale? All right, yeah, okay. Thank you. I say that to a younger group, and they go like, who does he play for? Earl Nightingale had a record that was called The Greatest Secret. And I remember when I was introduced to it, the people took us to a whole precise, do you want to know the greatest secret? Yes, well, come to this meeting. Okay, come to the meeting. You want to know the greatest secret? Yes, come to this breakfast. And finally they played The Greatest Secret. And the greatest secret was you become what you think about most of the time. And so the great discovery is that there's a system for creating success. And this system is based on a goal-setting process. So there are 4 parts to the system. Number 1 is called do the dreaming. You have to have a vision of where you want to be, what you want to do. Number 2, dream the doing. You have to have a vision of how you're going to get it done. Number 3, plan the doing. You got to have a plan. The scripture says, write the vision, make it plain. If we go on down, as a matter of fact, I'm going to read a bit from this. The second law, the law of vision, there's a great, powerful scripture, and it says this, the Habakkuk. He said, and the Lord answered, write the vision, make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that readeth it. Now, isn't that a plan? The Habakkuk is only about 3 or 4 pages, but it's power-packed. And it goes on, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So what this is often saying is the vision you have for yourself, once it aligns with your purpose, that's why you were created. But as you go up this ladder of consciousness, you're now able to see your purpose. When you're in the woods of failure, it's hard to see the mountaintop of success. But if you can come out of the woods and climb up a little bit, the higher you climb, the more you can see. And so as we go into this new year, let us set goals that are up here, but let's break them down into little steps so we can get there. It goes on to say, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and shall not lie. Because though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not tarry. And so this is saying when you start working on your vision, and that vision that leads you to your purpose, that once your consciousness evolves to that point, your purpose becomes clear. One of the beautiful things I love about Unity is that we're a meditating group. The Bible says, be still and know. It said, know what? Know whatever you need to know. That when you can be still, you can close out some of the outside distractions and be still and focus on, for example, we did a meditation. If money was no object and you knew you could not fail, what would your life look like? Once you can see that vision, you now have the wherewithal to make it happen. Step 4 of that is to do the plan. A vision without action is just a pipe dream. So let's look at these steps. Do the dreaming. What is the vision you have of yourself? Think about this. Now, when we look at where you'd like to be by the end of this year, what's the vision that you have of yourself by the end of the year? What will it look like? How would your personal life look? How would your family life look? How would your professional life look? Your finances, your spiritual, your community. That when you start looking at it like that, another scripture says, seek and you shall find. And so that means you must have the intention to see certain things. Say, I really want this year to be a great year. I want 2024 to be a year for my success. I want 2024 to be my year for success. Let's say that together. I want 2024 to be my year for success. Whose year? My year. So once you can see that vision, that's the do the dreaming. Dream, do your meditation. Do whatever you need to do to put yourself in a state where you can see your life exactly the way you want it to be. This then becomes your mission statement. If you can see it, you can be it. Let's say that together. Let's put it in the personal. If I can see it, I can be it. Step 2, dream the doing. That the moment you have a dream and see something you want to be, use that same process, that same meditative process now, and to say, how do I get there? Lord, what do I have to do to accomplish these financial goals? What do I have to do to accomplish these personal goals? What do I need to do to get along with my family? I can't divorce them. You know, the good thing about spouses, you can divorce them, but you can't divorce your brother or sister. Okay? So what do I got to do to be able to get along harmonically with this person? And so once you start that eye of dreaming the doing, the way will be revealed. You see, the power of seeking you shall find is that if you just continue, it works. It doesn't say how long. See, that's the problem. Most of us seek, we'll try it 2 or 3 times, and when it does not work, we'll quit. Often one more punch, and we would have won the fight. So this idea of seeing that dream and doing the dream, doing the vision, gives you the ability now to lay it all out. What do I have to do to get this thing done? When I dream of doing, what are the steps? Okay? What are the list of the things I have to do to get it done? When do I have to get them done? As you write that down, that now becomes your goal statement in a sense. And you may, and those out in the cyberspace and those here, we're doing it's a little technical today, a lot of little pieces, but this is one of those talks where you go back, and it's very instructive. It can help you when you act on it, it can make it happen. So once you make a list of all those things that will lead you to your vision, you can go to step 3, which is plan the doing. And that's where many of us fall apart. When you plan the doing, there's a nice little section here, and I'm using the book just because it's here. And one of the things we wanted to do when we did the book was to make it very easy for people to find stuff. But when you start writing your vision, what are your goals? List the things you have to accomplish this year. What do you have to do to accomplish them? Make a list of each one of those things. When must they be done? Put it on a schedule. What's most important? You know, we can spend dollar time doing penny jobs. What's most important? Follow the most important things. Monitor your progress on a daily basis and hang in there. I hang in there. Let's say that together. I hang in there. And then finally, step 4 is to do it. Do the plan. Whatever it is, I like to say live by the 3 B's. B1, live by the book. You got to have a planner. I mean, I haven't evolved yet to the electronic plan. I try to use the Google Calendar, and I get all confused. I still have to write something down. How many people have to write something down? Yeah, it helps, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, live by the planner. Live by the clock. When you live by the clock, that means that from moment to moment, you always ask yourself, what's the best use of my time right now, so that you don't waste time on frivolous things. And then live by the calendar. Everything has a season. You don't want to do winter things in the summer. You can't harvest until you've planted, and there's been enough time for the flower to grow or for the plant to grow. And so when we look at this and we talk about goals now, we have a system now, a process where we can put it all together. Goal setting is a mindset and a process. It's a dynamic thing. It keeps growing. As you go up the ladder and accomplish your goals, you see more, you can be more. That when we look at setting our goals for this year, we want to see it clearly in our mind's eye. Use that time to visualize it and see it. Create pictures of it. You notice you'll hear a lot on the internet about vision boards and all of these things work. If you can create pictures of what you want, you can manifest it. Follow the great discovery. That 4 steps. Do the dreaming. In other words, be still and know. Dream the doing. Have a vision of how you want to accomplish these things. Plan the doing. Lay out a blueprint for your life. And then do the plan. Take action. When you can do those things, nothing is impossible. Was this helpful today? All right, let us stand and close out together. This is one of those lessons that, what you call an action lesson. Take it and work with it. Repeat after me. My goals are the stair steps to my future. As I go, I grow. I do the dreaming and see my life. I dream the doing and I figure it out. I plan the doing to get there. And I do it with persistence and diligence. When you can do those things, nothing is impossible. You can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. Give yourselves a hand and be seated. Thank you. You may be seated. Wow. I love talking about this goal setting stuff. You can tell that, right? Yeah. Because if there's one thing that makes a difference, is the goals. And today, we have a goal. We have a goal, and especially those out there in cyberspace. Our goal today is to support this ministry and continue the great work. We have Volunteer Sunday next week, and we're going to be highlighting many of the volunteers that make this whole thing work. And so all that you contribute will be greatly, greatly, greatly accepted, and we will put it to work. So let us do our mantra. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. All right.
I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are
We give thanks for this offering, knowing that it was given in love. We give thanks for this offering and appreciate that you have shared your bounty to help this ministry be what it can be, do the things we have to do, and help and touch as many people. And for this we give thanks, and together we say, and so it is.
We call them cool, those hearts that have no scars to show, the ones that never do let go and risk the tables being turned. We call them fools who have to dance within the flame, who chance the sorrow and the shame that always comes from getting burned. But you've got to be tough when consumed by desire, 'cause it's not enough just to stand outside the fire. We call them strong, those who can't face this world alone, who seem to get by on their own, those who will never take the fall. We call them weak, who are unable to resist the slightest chance love might exist, and for that forsake it all. They're so hell-bent on giving, walking a wire, convinced it's not living if you stand outside the fire. Standing outside the fire, standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you stand outside the fire. There's this love that is burning deep in my soul, constantly yearning to get out of control, wanting to fly higher and higher. I can't abide standing outside the fire. Standing outside the fire, standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire. Standing outside the fire, standing outside the fire. Life is not tried, it is merely survived if you're standing outside the fire.
Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Chris. And so we come to an end of another Sunday service. It's amazing to be here for an hour or so on Sunday morning. It is really comforting, and I'm glad you're all here to enjoy the peace. Anyway, there's some stuff happening this week, starting today with Super Sunday. So please join us after the service. There's all kinds of goodies in the fellowship hall. It is one of our monthly fundraisers, so please join the party. We'll be doing our unified lunch on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, we'll be having the meditation service at 5 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Right. Nobody will be here at 5 o'clock. Also, at the end of the month, Armand and Angelina will be doing a surprise performance here. They will be here on Monday, the 29th, and that'll be at 6:30. There is a suggested offering of $20 for that, so please show up. They are delightful entertainers, and come and be entertained. And this is booked as a comedy concert, so I've never seen them do a comedy concert, so it should be kind of interesting. You may have noticed there's a change in the e-blast. There's 2 of them going out each week. The first one comes on Tuesdays. I think I got that right. And that is for the calendar of stuff happening now. This month it's listed. Do you have to sign up? Is there a sign-up sheet? Whatever. So that's all listed by day and event. The one that comes out on Thursday talks about what the service will be about. There's a brief message there. So look for 2 different things. There's published on eBlast. It's in the it's on Facebook, and all the sign-up sheets are in the fellowship hall. So avail yourself of the information that is around you, please. Next Sunday will be the Whitestone service, which is the part 2 of the Burning Bowl service. What's going to be this year? We solidify and put into language, as Dr. Harris says, what our code word for the year is. What am I going to exemplify? What am I going to manifest? Be it joy, be it prosperity, be it love, whatever you want to have as your secret code. One other thing I want to mention is that the Our Stories program, which will start in February, the applications of which are in the fellowship hall. The back side of this is an application. This has a limited participation. We're looking for 10 to 12 people, and you must apply. And the application, is inside. So please, if you are interested in participating, and it is an interesting experience to participate in, I will say that. It's very enjoyable. Also very mind-opening and reflective. So, I'm sorry, what? There is no cost, which, that's okay. The only cost is coming honest with yourself, which can be a great cost. Anyway, we have reached the end, so please join me in our closing prayer and in our closing song. Please stand. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
May the love of God uplift us and enlighten us. May the wisdom of God guide and direct us. And may the power of God always protect us and lift us up and make smooth beautiful and perfect our way. And together we say, and so it is. All right. Thank you. Thank you.